February 10, 2023 stock market update. Guys, if you like my videos, please share with your friends and family so they can also benefit, and please like my video as well. All right, so this is a daily stock market update, SPX. This is my green projection. We had a dip. I told my subscribers yesterday nothing to worry. I told on SPY, keep an eye on this 404 target. So we actually touched very close to 404, and then we are bouncing now. Okay, so we had support, and we hit support, and now we are bouncing. So I don't see any damage done. This is what we expected. If I go to XPX daily chart, my projection is from here, from today. Look, we touch support. This is daily trend line. We touch support. Now we are ready to bounce. There's a gap here. Okay, there's gap around 40 to 16-ish area. Okay, so I expect that gap to fill. And then if you look at this daily chart, if I go to weekly, there is this downward sloping trend line. Look and see how many tags we have. So we haven't back tested it. Okay, so expect this to fill the gap, back test it, and then bounce. Okay, and this bounce which we're gonna get, it can last next week to 2 weeks. One main thing to note, next Tuesday we have core CPI, so keep an eye on that pre-market, before market opens. So be very careful if you're trying to short. So if we have good news, which means if inflation is going down, the market will rip higher. Okay, so next week or two I'm expecting a rip, fill this gap, and then a dump start to test this trend line. This will be a great opportunity to buy. So if you're holding longs, try to sell in a week or so, and then buy again when we have this dump and we are hitting this backwards trend line. Okay, also there's a lot of cluster of support here, so this can also be nearby somewhere here. This is just an estimate, so whenever this happens, buy it. This is still a bull market, guys, so do not fall for traps. Do not think market will crash. Just buy the dip, and then we're gonna go higher. Okay, keep an eye on that. VIX was crushed. VIX crushed Friday, as I said yesterday. Today VIX had a bullish move. So keep an eye on this red. So red line is 50 SMA line. Keep an eye on that. We managed to pop up above that. Now we're closing below. Okay, so as long as we are below this red downward sloping daily SMA line, we are okay. Now if next week after CPI we crush below 20, that's very bullish sign for equities. Also US 100 Nasdaq. If you go on hourly chart, this is US 100 is Nasdaq futures. Okay, the main weakness today came in tech stock. Okay, so let's talk about that a bit. So you can see futures, there's a support here around 12,200 area. Okay, so we are right on that. Okay, look how many tags we have: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also something to note, which not a lot of people will tell you. You must be wondering why you have these two indicators. This is RSI, this is PPO. So if you see, we started to make a bullish divergence. Okay, look at RSI. Okay, look at this, price going down here, and RSI and PPO is going higher. So this is early sign of reversal. And how do you trade this? Draw a trend line. Okay, something like this. All right, we can make that, and then a breakout of this trend line will be a buy signal. So I expect a buy signal to come maybe on Monday next week, so keep an eye on that. Tesla, let's quickly cover, down 5%, but I told my subscribers not to worry. This is 1 hour trend line. Look how many tags you have: 1, 2, 3, and we're coming for a 4th tag here. Okay, so Tesla went way above. Look at this RSI, right? It's two extremes. Even PPO is extreme. It's trying to go back down a bit, but I do expect to make another divergent high before a dump comes. So look at SPY, okay, SPX. When this bounce happens in next week or two, Tesla should make another high. Okay, and then it will be on a lower momentum. There will be lower RSI, and then there will be a dump, and a dump can take Tesla down to even fill this gap. So be mindful of that. So this is what I'm expecting. Bounce. This is blue is 200 SMA. It can even fill the gap here. Okay, let's see if bounce is good. We can even go here, right? Who knows? But let's say let's keep it conservative here. Either this 200 SMA, or let's say the gap here can come down to fill this gap. okay, and then bounce higher to fill this gap. Okay, so keep in mind on that. Apple, okay, one other thing, we will not get a crash until Apple breaks. Okay, Apple is the largest sector, largest holding in S&P 500 and US 100, so we have to keep an eye. Because there's a lot of lines here. I really like to chart Apple nicely. I'm personally holding Apple myself. There was a dividend date, not a lot, but if you go to hourly, Apple was down quite a bit in the morning and then it recovered. Look at this nice trend line, support, support, support. Now also we today went to support and now we are bouncing. If you go to daily trend line, okay, I adjusted this trend line a bit. We are right on support, and also there's also on this daily there's a lot of support here. Okay, look at this flat line around 151. So we had support, we went above, back tested it, support. So last week and all days we are like testing it, and today we gapped down and then we managed to close above it, just slightly above it. So keep an eye on Apple. As long as Apple is holding the support trend line, market will not crash, and then we are ready to rip higher. So we can even back test this new highs, go back, there's a gap fill here, okay, fill this gap and then pump higher. Okay, so keep in mind on that. Also, let's look at other sectors. US 30, which is Dow Jones. Okay, it's in this wedge. Okay, this is like a triangle, so it's ready to break. Okay, we had a Dow Jones was really bullish sector today. It was up 0.42, but at one time everything was really down. So I do expect it to break out next week. And then look at this highs we made before, around 34, 35,000. Test that high, go back with that dump in SPY S&P 500, back test this trend line, and then go above to new highs. Okay, same thing with US 2000. Expect a pump to touch previous highs, dump to back test this trend line, and then rip higher. Crude oil, very bullish. So energy sector was the bullish sector today. And if you look at my videos, go watch my videos from yesterday. Okay, what I told you guys. Look at this. I told we closed above this 50 daily SMA line yesterday. I said this is very bullish, so this will give pump to oil, and exactly that's what happened. So now there are some next price targets I have. There is this resistance here around 82, so I expect it to go touch that resistance, so a little bit, and then go, and then this is the bigger target I have, 92. Look at how many tags we have on 92, so that's my final target on oil. Natural gas, oh, this is the best trade of this year. Okay, go watch my videos from last 2 days or even before. What I'm telling you, uh, I showed this every daily update. Look at this wide downward sloping line we broke. If you cannot see properly, sorry guys, I have a lot of trend line, a lot of SMA lines here, but look at this wide downward sloping daily SMA line, 1 hourly SMA line, sorry, a trend line, and then we broke above it, we back tested it, now we're bouncing. It's up 5.47%. That's insane, guys. If you had boil, that was like 16% up. Okay, look how much how good it is. Also, just for education, look how much bullish divergence we were having on PPO and RSI. Look, PPO was going up, RSI was going up. Actually, it was even going up from here. Look, it's like developing this. Price was going down, PPO and RSI was going up. So this was an indication to be on alert for a breakout. So we had a breakout here, back test, breakout again, back test, and now we're pumping higher. So my target, so this is one of my projections. Okay, this is just an estimated projection. I'm expecting it to pump around 3. There's a lot of resistance here around 3.4, then dump again to back test the breakout and then pump higher. Okay, there we go. Bitcoin, I told you yesterday, my target is this downward sloping daily 200 SMA line around 20,000. So eventually we might have some pump based on SPY. We might also do this, like a little bit of pump and then dump and then go higher. So be mindful of that. But eventually around 20K is what your target should be. Actually, that's what I think that would looks more reasonable. A little bit pump or find resistance on this 20 EMA and then dump. Okay. Also, one other thing to note is as we were going higher, RSI was going down, so we could have spotted a dump coming. Gold, again, my targets are here. still making a flag. This is flag post, flag, a dump coming, and then we'll pump. Dollar, I said yesterday, keep an eye on this daily SMA line. It's managed to close slightly above that, so that's a bullish sign. So I'm expecting a pump now on dollar. So look at this target of 109. You can buy UUP if you want to invest in dollar. You can buy UUP. Okay, and yeah, this is also good sector. There are some gaps I think here around $28, and also this is 200 SMA line. Also, there's a huge gap here around 29. So you can expect these gaps to fill. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Also, let's see if there's any gap. Here's the gap. Okay, and these are my next two targets on UUP. So this will be going up when SPY will be going down. So keep an eye on that. Also, gold miners. Let's quickly cover. Like I said on gold, gold is going down. So if you take a flag, from here, let's consider this a flag. Okay, it's going down. Put it here. Flag is already breaking, so we can keep our target around here, $28. Keep our target on this downward sloping SMA line, and I think that's a good target to buy the dip. So keep an eye on gold, and you can buy gold miners, GDX, GGXJ at that time. Bonds, same thing. It will follow SPY, maybe it will pump and then dump. And I think I covered everything. I can quickly look at Google if you want. So Google, it will pump. One thing to note is there's a big gap here. Look at this big gap. You can draw a horizontal line. Look at this gap. Okay, so if SPY goes higher, we can pump now and fill this gap and then dump. Or it's also possible that Google is not showing a lot of strength due to this Bird AI failure. Really terrible. I don't know how they can make such a big mistake in front of everybody. Google is such a good company. Looks like a very easy mistake. They did very basic things. They could have got it easily right. A demo. So anyhow, so it's also possible that we can directly dump here, but eventually we will pump. Okay, so the other scenario will be we dump here and then go higher, and that's the other case. Meta, massive gap here, so keep an eye. I think eventually we'll fill this gap. That will be good opportunity to buy, so keep an eye on that. Again, I can go over individual tech stock, but I think we are getting closer to the top, so let's keep focusing on SPY. Okay, S&P 500, so look out for this pump. Also on daily we have some PPOs crossing, so don't be too worried about that. Just look for this some rip higher next week, and then eventually dump to test this trend line. One other last thing I want to let you know, if CPI comes bad, it is possible we go down straight to test this trend line. So if we go straight down, then expect support here around 3800 and then pump higher. So eventually we will go higher. Okay, so don't be worried. And if you have long-term investment, don't sell, keep on hold. I'm expecting this, I call it a bull market, this market to last until Q2 this year. Okay, so keep in mind on that. So if you get a dump, if you have new money, start looking to buy the dip, and then we will have a rip higher by mid this year. All right guys, thank you, and like my videos. Bye.